got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning. Skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me a by the morning. I had me some breaks by the morning. I had a six by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a bitch. Jumping in the bed with two dark teeth. Who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag.
Coach, thank you. We are over 4,000 miles away from where you're seated in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England, and Wembley Stadium. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Seattle Seahawks and the Oakland Raiders. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now Wilson on first down. Going for the deep ball. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now the rookie first-rounder from San Diego State, it's Rashad Penny. And now running right through it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Now Wilson. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And they'll go on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. Now Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Good to see this man running again. Here's Chris Carson. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Big jumbo! Big jumbo! Big jumbo!
And they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Play action. Now Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They go play action now. Wilson. Past the 20. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here to the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger, there on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They run it with Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 1st down, Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
It's caught. Lockett. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it at midfield. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
694.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now Zaire Jones forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Down. 280. 618.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that's the first mark on the stat sheet for the 4-time first-team All-Pro. How about this? Over 1,000 yards 6 times in his career, and just 2 yards away in 2013 of being over 1,500 yards in 4 of his last 5 seasons.
Monday down.
They run a draw here on second down, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this.
Get down. 180.
Carr now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And finally, he's out of bounds, but how about that return? All the way inside the 20 and into the red zone.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Tempo.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
On play action, it's Carr. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Finding some room at midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Carr now on first down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Shotgun now for Carr. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Carr. He sets to fire deep. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime with a visiting seat. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. No gain on the play there, second down. Well, they had the box stacked. That run was going nowhere from the start.
And when you say stacked, you really mean it, don't you? Because when you're talking about a 46 defense, commonly known as the Bear defense, you're covering up the guys inside, and you're allowing other people to get in there close to the line of scrimmage, usually an 8-man front. That's difficult to block for an offense. On that play, the defense won in a big way. No gain at all.
On second down, here's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. From midfield, here's Carr. And to the left side here, Wilson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Carr. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a man they call AB, always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches. Holds the number 2 and number 4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
He had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. Here's Carr, throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Steps away to his left, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Michael Kendricks in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. They're on to the second half now down in Miami, and the Bears have scored to add on to their lead in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a play fake. Carr. His throw caught. Down to 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. To throw is Wilson. And the Raiders have got him.
That's the second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Welcome back now here in London. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. There's Wilson to throw. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Give him 30 yards there.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates his way through the entire team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Wilson. And Jennings has it. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll go on the ground. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's Carson. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Myers able to knock it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Flush to his right. His throw incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
29.
Operating from the gun. Carr out to the right here to Wilson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
7:34.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle here to Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Back to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. A gain of 6 there on first.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with time running out. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd and 4. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last